Food looks safe, clean, controlled, but the truth hiding inside what we eat every day is a lot darker than most people realize. It's not about conspiracy, it's about what's quietly allowed. FDA-allowed contaminants in food. The FDA legally allows what it calls natural defects. Sounds harmless until you know what that means. Peanut butter can have up to 5 rodent hairs and around 150 bug fragments per jar. Canned mushrooms, 20 maggots in a small can. Your chocolate bar, 30 insect parts and a bit of rodent hair. Even frozen spinach is allowed to include tiny bugs like aphids and mites. And coffee. Yes, even your morning ritual can contain small traces of animal feces, all perfectly legal. The bottled water illusion. Bottled water is sold as something pure, straight from glaciers. But about 1 in 4 brands is just tap water in a plastic bottle. Municipal tap water must be tested over 100 times a month. Bottled water? Just once a week. It doesn't even have to be safer, only better marketed. The reality of meat and dairy. 70% of raw chicken carries dangerous bacteria like Campylobacter. 1 in 25 packs has salmonella. Until 2011, most US chicken feed contained arsenic to make birds grow faster and the meat pinker. In dairy, farmers used RBGH, a growth hormone that boosts milk production. It was banned in Europe and Canada decades ago because of health risks, but it stayed in American milk for years. Hidden insects and glands. That bright red color in yogurt and candy, it often comes from crushed beetles, cochineal dye. It takes about 70,000 of them to make a single pound. And natural vanilla flavoring? It used to come from a secretion inside beaver glands. It's rare now, but for decades, it flavored ice creams and cookies. Corn's silent takeover. Corn hides in almost every processed food. It's in sweeteners, starch, flavorings, and thickeners. Cows were never meant to eat corn, but feedlots use it to fatten them faster. It wrecks their stomachs, so farmers pump them full of antibiotics to keep them alive. That's how antibiotic resistance quietly spreads back to us. The salmon color trick. Wild salmon turn pink from eating shrimp and krill. Farmed salmon, which make up 95% of what's sold, are actually gray, so farmers feed them synthetic pigments to look normal. These farms often leak fish into the wild. Over 1 million escapes by the late 1990s, spreading disease and mixing with wild salmon. Deadly potatoes. Potatoes belong to the nightshade family, the same one as poison plants. When they turn green or sprout, they build up toxins called glycoalkaloids. These cause vomiting, cramps, even death in high doses. Cooking doesn't remove them. If it's green, throw it out. Mercury and tuna. Bluefin tuna often exceeds safe mercury limits. Some fish have more than double the legal amount. The bigger and older the fish, the worse it gets. Mercury attacks the brain and nerves, building up over time. That's why pregnant women are told to avoid it entirely. The arsenic chicken scandal. From the 1940s through 2011, US chicken feed was laced with arsenic-based drugs. The chemical, roxarsone, made birds grow faster and their meat more appealingly pink. Pfizer voluntarily pulled it in 2011 after the FDA found arsenic residues in chicken meat. Pfizer kept selling the same product abroad for years. A similar drug, nitarsone, wasn't banned until 2015. By then, millions of Americans had already eaten it. Even small amounts of inorganic arsenic are linked to cancer and organ damage. Fast food scale. McDonald's sells 75 hamburgers every second. That's 6.5 million every day. And one burger can contain meat from over 100 different cows. It's efficient, but it means if one cow is contaminated, tracking the source becomes nearly impossible. The Fruit Loops trick. They look like different flavors, right? They're all the same. Every color is identical. Same taste, same recipe. The colors just trick your brain into imagining variety. Nutmeg, the hidden drug. Nutmeg seems harmless, but a few teaspoons can cause hallucinations, nausea, and dizziness that last for days. It contains a compound called myristicin, similar to the one in MDMA. Used in pies, it's safe. Used in excess, it's poison. The death-cap mushroom. The death-cap mushroom looks harmless, smooth, pale, elegant, but half of one can kill an adult. It contains alpha-amanitin, a toxin that stops your cells from making proteins. Your liver and kidneys shut down slowly. Symptoms take 6 to 12 hours to appear, long after the damage begins. Cooking or freezing won't neutralize it. It's responsible for 90% of mushroom poisoning deaths worldwide. Pink slime. 70% of US ground beef once contained something called lean, finely textured beef. Scraps and connective tissue spun in centrifuges, then washed with ammonia gas to kill bacteria. It was once used only for dog food, but approved for humans in the 1990s. Public backlash forced many fast food chains to drop it, but it's still legal. Human hair in bread. That soft, long-lasting texture in packaged bread often comes from L-cysteine, a dough conditioner made from human hair, duck feathers, or pig bristles. It helps bread stay fresh for weeks instead of days. You'll see it listed on the label, but you won't be told what it's made from. So, next time you eat, remember, food isn't always what it seems. Every color, every label, every natural flavor tells a story. You just have to look close enough to see it.